say, I loved the house and everything, but I just couldn't stand because it had all this shale rock and it was worthless. But I had no idea what that meant. Now I know what it means to have a lot of shale around, of course.
Lindia Ervelina is one of many Doddridge County, West Virginia residents who's been affected by the recent boom in Marcellus shale drilling. The Marcellus lies approximately 6,000 feet beneath the Earth's surface and contains rich deposits of natural gas.
They came in here, what do you think, Anthony? Probably a little over 2 years ago because they fracked one well or they were in the process.
Washington and Lee University geology professor Paul Lowe explains how hydraulic fracturing, or fracking, works.
We're looking at something that requires horizontal drilling, and the way we're going to do that is by affecting the poured fluid pressure by injecting water at very high pressure.
Some experts say that there isn't much scientific evidence that fracking is dangerous, but some Doddridge County residents say it's at least annoying. Diane Pitcock's neighbor leased his land to Antero Resources, an oil and gas company based in Denver, Colorado.
And when he leased, we knew that we're in 5 or 10 years of this. This will not go away for a long, long time. Because they'll drill, and then they've got 27 horizontal lakes associated with those 4 pads. They'll be back again and again.
Many horizontal Marcellus wells can be fracked multiple times. Pitcock is bracing herself for that.
Here, they'll take this rig down probably in the next couple of weeks if they're finished the casing, and then they'll start fracking. And then we'll have the noise and the smells and the silica dust up in the air and the tanker trucks going up and down night and day.
But the noises and the smells, Pitcock says, are only the beginning of the disruption caused by fracking.
The lady that lives in this house, her name is Joy Huff. This is her, she's a widow, but this is her husband's family farm that goes back many, many generations. And she has 640 acres, I believe. And a couple of years ago, she got word that they wanted to put 12 Marcellus wells in this meadow. Now, this is her only meadow on her farm. If she loses the meadow, her farm is nothing.
Huff might lose her meadow, but she never owned the minerals beneath it to begin with. Bob Baber, an activist and member of West Virginia's Mountain Party, was surprised to learn that he didn't own his minerals either when Bluescape Resources wanted to test his land.
What happened was, when I bought my farm from my grandmother in 1983, I went to the courthouse, and lawyers will do a title search, and they'll tell you, make sure no one has a claim to your property. And they also mentioned to me when I was over there, oh yeah, and by the way, you don't own your minerals.
Jim Foster lives a mile up the road from Huff's farm and maintains her property when she spends winters in Texas. That includes her meadow, which floods during heavy rain. Foster worries what could happen if Huff's property is fracked.
And they'll even say in the permit that this is temporary. You people have got a little bit of sense, I hope. But now, how in the hell are you going to put 64,000 cubic yards of dirt in that floodplain, and then and classify it as temporary, and you're going to move it back and put it again this hill again? Come on, be real.
Huff is still tangled in legal negotiations to stop oil and gas company EQT's plans to put 12 Marcellus wells on her meadow. Ervelina says the Marcellus drilling near her property has caused more harm than good. She says drilling disrupted an existing gas well across the street, causing a leak. Numerous calls to EQT by the Rockbridge Report were not returned.
And the gas started pouring out, and you can hear it. It's going, shh. I mean, it's that loud, and it's just pouring right over here. I heard these big whoosh. It went on for like 5 minutes or more. We're still breathing a lot of gas. But that was one thing that happened, and I battled that. I've been battling for the last 2 years, or probably even more, because of all the traffic they had in front of my house for the longest time.
That's the problem, the way these roads were surfaced years ago. They never envisioned they'd have these humongous trucks. People have the mindset in this county and most of the areas in West Virginia that, oh, this is just another drilling boom. This is great. We're going to get jobs. And they don't realize that this is not just another drilling boom. It's not a conventional drilling, and Marcellus is a whole different ballgame, and it needs to be treated differently.
For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Sarah Stiefvater.